just take a little video. It's a nice morning. Well, it looks like it's going to be an overcast day. The sun's not up. And me and Copper over here on the Razorback Greenway, taking a little walk. And I don't know how much of this gets filmed, but I thought I'd let it go for just a little while where you're close to the I guess it's the tunnel under the bridge near Washington Regional. Anyway, I don't remember exactly when they started building the Greenway. I know it took a few years. I think it was completed, or it was almost completed when I was last working at Crystal Bridges. Maybe one day I'll actually explore the whole thing, because it does link up Fayetteville with Springdale, Rogers, and Bentonville, and Lowell. Obviously the quick way to do it, or the quicker way to do it, would be by bike. And even then it would be a all-day thing for sure. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the camera, or my iPhone, steady while we're doing this. Copper's giving me a pretty good little pull here, so for an old dog, she's feeling pretty good today. Actually, I'm trying to put up some more, trying to do some more film later. Where we start at, over by the mall usually. Not a lot of people know about it unless you get out and walk the trail, but there's a morning. But there's a swamp over there by the mall, or well, close to it anyway. And unless you got out and walked on this trail, you'd never know it was there, but it's protected wetland with cypress trees in it and all kinds of dank, murky water. We have been by there a few times, and deer will step out of the woods right in front of us and actually cross through that swamp to get to the little creek on the other side. So even though this is well within the city limits of Fayetteville, there's lots of wooded area around here for deer to travel through. There's an old neighborhood over here across that side of the creek. That's I don't know what the street is, but that's one of the older neighborhoods that's directly across from Washington Regional Hospital, which is the direction we're headed this morning. Now, Copper's been a good girl. She deserves to explore at least once a week for a decent walk. So I try and do this about once a week, and hold on, sorry, there we go. Because I'm currently working overnights, it's beneficial for me. It gets me a little bit of exercise, plus I mean, it looks like it's going to be an overcast day. Usually the sun is coming out pretty strong by now, but it's not. which is kind of day I prefer. It may actually start raining. I hope we don't get caught out in a storm. But no, because I work overnights and I'm alone with the dog during the day while Holly's at work. She should be getting around just any minute now. I need to try and tie her copper out just a little bit, otherwise she spends the whole day walking around the house trying to get into things or just making all kinds of noise trying to keep me awake. And daytime's when I'm sleeping, so we are trying this as much for my health as for hers, and mainly just to wear her out a little bit. I'll tell you what's a lot of exercise. Walking I'm used to. I am not used to holding a iPhone up for this long in front of my face. Anywho, ready to come up to one of the more interesting parts of the trail. I'll probably cut it off after we get through there. You can see a little bit of it through the trees. There is a tunnel that goes under the highway. You can probably hear the traffic noise increasing too. So we're getting close to, well shoot, I cannot remember what you call this highway. It would be the, oh, I guess it would be, I guess it's actually part of the, what do you call it? Interstate 49, I guess. So morning. A lot of bicyclists, more bicyclists than trail walkers. But yeah, right up there is the interstate. The other side of that is Washington Regional. And this little tunnel we're getting ready to curve around into goes under all of that, spits us out of Washington Regional Hospital. So, and we've done this a few times. Copper, we are going to do this for as long as we can, as long as you're able. As long as you're enjoying it and you're not hurting, you seem to be doing good. But no, I didn't know this was here until we started taking these regular walks on the trail system. And it's quite an interesting piece of construction. There was, when I lived in Fayetteville a few years back, and they were just starting the Greenway, and there was some of it existing already in Fayetteville that they built in pieces that was just kind of, whoops, hold on though, oh, she's got to get some water. Sorry about that. But anyway, it was just kind of local trail system to Bentonville, and they had one or two short pieces of tunnel over there going under know, like a very short bridge or something linking one side of the street to another. And they had some very short, like I said, very short tunnels. But this is the big one. About maybe a quarter of the way in now. This goes, yeah, that's interstate up above me. I'll tell you this, it's not watertight either, because we had some rain last night. There is rain, water dripping through the ceiling here. So, I don't know how normal that is, or if that's something they need to address one of these days. This reminds me a little bit of driving through, let's see, I think it was in Mobile, Alabama a few years ago. Me and my friend were on vacation. We were trying to get to Florida. Anyway, we went through, I believe it was in Mobile. They have a tunnel system that goes under the river over there. And that's the first underground car tunnel I've been in. Never been to New York City yet. I know the Lincoln Tunnel and Holland Tunnel are quite a bit longer probably than what I went through. But I don't know, if something you can walk through, this is the longest one I've been in. I don't know what the exact length is, but so at the beginning of the video, the embankment up above was where everything was starting. Come on, doggy. And that's how we were getting through it. Morning.
Morning.
My best to give people privacy even though I'm shooting, so. There's a surprising amount of people out and about today. Okay, and we're coming out, and we are, yeah, we have successfully gone under the interstate. We are over here, yeah, there's the interstate up there, so we walked all the way under that. Now we're over here. Washington Regional. And unfortunately, the last few years, with Mom and Dad getting sick, we've had to make a few visits over here. So, got to know these trail systems pretty well that way. But we are on Washington Regional property. It's still a little ways to the hospital, as you can see, just a massive parking lot. Well, there it is. It's right back there through those trees. So it's a pretty good walk. Anyway, that's a pretty good amount of exercise. There is a bench over there. I think Copper and I are going to take us a little break. It's probably 6:40, I'm guessing. Something like that. So, anyway, thanks for joining us on the walk. Copper's fascinated with something, so we're gonna sign off. Bye.